Hey everyone, welcome to a special edition of Around the Farm, brought to you by DeKalb and Climate FieldView. I'm your host, Clint Chaffer, and I am sitting at the Field of Dreams Stadium. I mean, this place is absolutely amazing, from the stadium to the cornfield to even the iconic movie sites. Join me as we walk around this amazing stadium, talking to all sorts of different people to figure out how they put this event together. Welcome to Around the Farm at the Field of Dreams. It only felt right that I kicked off my time here by meeting along first base with the man who helped make all this possible since the beginning, Keith Ray, President and CEO of Travel Dubuque. So Keith, tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What's your history here?
I was born and raised here. And I was here when the movie was filmed in the summer of 1988. I've been involved with the movie site ever since. When people first started coming out here in the spring of 1989, I started helping out with the site, and it just kind of took off from there.
This has to bring a ton of people just to the local area, too.
Well, it's a major draw. Since the early 90s, it's been one of the premier destinations for the entire state of Iowa. Now with Major League Baseball being here, it's just incredibly busy. People not only from around the United States, but all over the world. We are so lucky to have something like this in our backyard.
What do you think of this event bringing agriculture and baseball together?
I think what this game does more than anything, it highlights our rural heritage. I think it highlights how beautiful this part of the country is. Really showcases that these beautiful, lush cornfields, it's not just a flyover thing, it's something to celebrate. It's our heritage.
Well, I tell you what, when we look around here right now, I mean, is this how this looks all year round, or does this look a lot different?
No, a lot different. It's just an amazing venture, honestly. Major League Baseball and their partner Band Productions, they'll come in June and they start the construction of the stadium component, the bleachers, all the infrastructure, the clubhouses, everything that goes with it. The permanent element is the baseball diamond. That is permanent, and the fence that's around it, and then the dugouts. But everything else, they come in and construct, from the batter's eye, the scoreboard, the prop out in left field, the video board. That's all constructed. And then after the game on Thursday, they'll start the tear down. So what a process.
Well, I tell you what, the chills that I got, driving in here. Again, you're just driving through rural America, and all of a sudden you open up and here's all of this.
Honestly, I really got to thank Major League Baseball, because I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of organizations through the years, and these guys have been the best. I mean, they're just a great group. The detail that they go to create this event and make the fans' experience as good as it can be is second to none, and it's just been great.
Well, Keith, I know you're busy, but thank you for sitting down here and having an awesome conversation here.
You bet, anytime. Thanks for asking me.
Just seeing all the stuff that goes into the Field of Dreams and all the hard work and dedication to make it look like this is just phenomenal. And it's so neat to see just all the back-end workings of this. I mean, look at this. Like out in the middle of a cornfield. A jumbotron. Absolutely amazing. Keith sent me off to meet his nephews, Adam, Aaron, and Andy, the famous Ray brothers behind the corn at the Field of Dreams Stadium. So Adam, I gotta ask you, what's it like to farm the field around the Field of Dreams?
One guy asked me last year after the game, he says, "You have to plant that again?" I said, "No, we get to."
Yeah. Well, is there any place I can help here?
Sure. This spot here is where they brought in everything for the video board in left field, and then we're just bringing in some corn here to close off the spots.
A security fence of corn, then?
That would be accurate, yeah.
What kind of corn is this?
So this is DeKalb 5665, 106-day smart stacks. Last year in this geography was just a standout. Broad root system, it's got great emergence, and it does have that showy dark green appearance that we're looking for too. It really fits the bill pretty well for this field, but the rest of our field as well.
And this would be all around, all the corn that we see on the movie site would be this.
That's correct. It's 190 acres of 5665.
Wow. Now, have you seen any ghost players walk out of this corn while you've been working here?
It's been a couple nights. We're harvesting or they're out maybe checking the corn, and the fog comes in. I got a picture, but it literally came in about 4 foot high out of the corn and just came onto the actual movie site. So that was pretty unique.
So how has it changed since like the MLB stadium ended up coming in here?
I think an infusion of excitement. I think in the town, in the city, and in eastern Iowa, as well as for us, it's pretty cool when you get to see your corn on a baseball card.
That is just so cool. I mean, I just think that's so neat that you all get to just be a part of this, farm it. I think there's something neat about bringing agricultural and baseball together.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity to put us on the stage for the world, right?
Absolutely.
You know, because this is seen by everybody, and hey, we're everybody's garden, so it's good for them to get to see us in a positive light, and that's what we all want, is show everybody that, hey, farmers are out there doing a good job every day. We're proud to be part of that.
Well, you guys are making this place look absolutely beautiful. So thanks, guys.
Thanks, Clint.
Thanks.
Man, that conversation with the Ray brothers, just hearing the passion and the hard work and dedication that goes into really making this what it is, to really pull off this amazing baseball field. I think this is just absolutely cool. Just combines everything. Combines agriculture, combines movies, and of course it combines baseball. Is it heaven? For my last stop, I went from the cornfield to the outfield with the man who designs, regulates, and maintains an entire MLB field in the middle of a corn crop, Murray Cook, president of Brightview Sports Turf Division. So Murray, first off, I want to say thank you for taking me around this beautiful field, first off.
Well, thanks for coming out to see it.
I mean, this is a field of dreams.
That it is. It's been a field of dreams since we broke ground in 2019, and the past 4 years, I've probably learned more about corn than I want to know.
As I look around the landscape here, there's a lot of hills. I can't imagine that this was this flat when you first got here.
No. We initially looked back in 2015 when we took a look at the site to see if we could play at the original movie site.
Yep.
Just not enough room to put all the 8,500 seats and all the items that we need to have stage a Major League game. So we came out here, and of course, orientation of a ballpark is really important as it relates to, the batter's eye and visual for the players. So we picked this site, and obviously it had a big hill to it. We had to cut into that about 20 feet down, ended up taking about 30,000 tons of soil out to level this site so we can build a ball field.
After you get this thing leveled, what all is underneath here that you had to bring in?
It's basically a big putting green. We were able to design this field to have optimal drainage for the standard Major League Baseball field, right?
Yep.
So under it, there are drains. There's about 2,000 tons of pea gravel rock, and there's drains every 15 feet under this field.
Oh, wow.
Lined and trenched into the ground for sloping off to the field. And then on top of that is our growing medium, the root zone material that we call it. And that's about 10 inches, that root zone. So it's designed to drain about 10 to 12 inches per hour. So we had a 3.5-inch rain over a couple days ago, and you could walk out on the field as soon as it was done.
Oh, wow.
Really is amazing. And our grass we use, the blue grass, it's a 365 SS material that has a three-way blend of blue, which is really good for this area.
Well, one of the other things that I noticed is I was sitting up there in the stands, and guys are out here, getting this field prepped. Are they just eyeballing these lines?
Technically, it's an art. Yes, it is. It's an art with the mower. It's the guy that's on it has a very specific way of mowing, but yes, they are eyeballing the lines.
There's no GPS auto steering type of deal?
It is all man and machine.
So as far as for like the mowers, I was noticing that it's not just a blade that's spinning around. It almost looks like one of those old school push mowers is what it looks like as far as for the blade going.
Yeah, vertical reel mowers is what they're called versus your rotary mower. So it has groovers on there to help the grass to go through it, and then it just clips it like scissors. So you get the optimum cut because it's cutting it literally scissor-like. And that really is what creates this pattern. I get that question a lot. How do you get those stripes in the grass, right?
How many hours goes into just getting this thing ready?
Oh, we started in April, really. I mean, with all the different, to bring it out of dormancy, to get it ready for top dressing, to aerification, to verticutting, to thinning out the grass, to doing some resod work around the corners, and just some basic things. Baseball game itself, 70% of the game is played in the infield itself.
Yep.
So a lot of care is taken to the infield grass, the infield clay, as it relates to to our maintenance operations. And that's another art. The mound, the home plate, baselines, infield clay.
There was a different dirt when I first showed up, and y'all have been putting a bunch of bags out here of something. I've also noticed at the end of games, y'all scrape this back off and bucket it all out.
There you go, yeah. So the clay itself is the sub-base, and what we put on top is called a soil conditioner. It's a calcined clay that is heat treated to like 2,000 degrees. And what it does, it acts as a buffer for when the guys have their spikes on. The clay doesn't stick to the spikes.
Oh, okay.
And it also helps maintain the moisture and keep the moisture in the clay so it doesn't get dry and hard during the game.
So I gotta ask, we're at the Field of Dreams, so who would be your shoeless Joe that you would want to walk out of the corn and play a game of catch with?
I met Hank Aaron once, years ago when I worked for the Atlanta Braves, and always thought it'd be cool to play catch with Hank Aaron.
I don't know, maybe Frank Thomas. So when I was young, the White Sox, so Bo Jackson and Frank Thomas, and the White Sox were my team at that time. I've now transitioned to the Cubs since my wife is from Illinois, and they're diehard Cubs fans. So, but I think Frank Thomas and the White Sox of the early 90s.
The ball player that's no longer here that I'd want to play catch with, Lou Brock. Lou Brock was a good friend of my wife and I, and was a dear friend. And with Lou passing, that was, I would love to have Lou come back and walk out of the corner and be able to play catch with him and just say hi to him once again. So Lou Brock.
That is so
cool. And I'm
cool.
a Cub fan.
It's not every day that you see an MLB stadium in the middle of a cornfield. It's a miracle. But this miracle didn't happen overnight. The magic doesn't end here, though. In part 2, I'm headed to the Field of Dreams movie site to see where it all began. Join me for part 2 of my 3-part journey by clicking the link. And stay tuned for part 3 at the end of the month, where we'll be at the Hall of Dreams with special guest Dwyer Brown. Like and subscribe while you're at it, and as always, we'll see you around the farm.